with me. He comes in and whatever he's been listening to on the radio, he's singing as he comes in, and then that gets in your head the whole time.
Can you just go over again about the cloud cover? I just want to get a shot.
Yeah. Well, guys, so you're going to move. I'm telling you, these are dedicated Eclipse viewers right here, and you're not 100% satisfied with what we're going to see here in south of Carbondale. So you're going to go.
Yeah, but what we see from the satellite images, it looks like a little bit southeast is the way to go.
Yeah.
So we're headed to Eddyville,
Kentucky.
Kentucky.
Gotcha.
It's about an hour and a half southeast, and the models there that we're taking a look at just have totality as being really nice clear skies.
Well, anybody who has waited this long for this event, and let's face it, it's fleeting. You got to take it when you can get it. So go for it.
The next one in 2024, I know it gives us another opportunity, but that's in April.
Right.
I mean, boy, more chance of rain in April than there is right now.
I know. That's good.
Got to grab those opportunities we can. I think we got to go.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I know. Good for you. I don't blame you at all. We have some infrastructure here, so it's a little harder for us to pull up and move. But we're going to take our chance on these, the 30% here.
You're bouncing.
But,
Sorry.
so how long have you planned for this?
This particular trip, we started over a year ago when we started seriously saying, what are we doing,
Yeah.
And we laid out a few ideas, and as the months have gone on, kind of whittled them down to 3 possibilities.
Yeah.
Committed ourselves to flights and hotels to 3 different places, including down here in Carbondale. And just as the weather has been going, we actually didn't make a decision until, what was it, Saturday morning?
Saturday morning, 7 a.m.
Yeah, 7 a.m.
Yeah.
And we're just like, Carbondale looks pretty good, and this way we can do this with this whole group of friends and family. That
Sure.
It'd be really special to do with them. So it's been fun, and we think we've set ourselves up for success as best as we can. So.
Well, you'd never forgive yourself. I mean, you planned so for this. If anything happened here, you'd never forget. You kick yourself and say, "What if?"
Yeah.
So good for you. You're acting on your a very intelligent approach to where you want to position yourself, and I think that's really great.
I can just answer to Tom, but just do your kids, all your kids that you've set up with all these glasses and all that, do they feel like they've been abandoned because you're here?
That's a great question. That's a great question. My principal and I, we had a conversation about that, and we work in such an amazing district. Our superintendent, our principals, our department chairs, they support our passions, and they see that what we do in the classroom isn't just about the content. It's about bringing passion and inspiring to get out there and to learn and, to really get in the throes of it. And you could either you could teach by example of the things that you've done,
right,
or you could teach about the things that you've read about. And I'd rather bring my own personal experience into the classroom and bring that back to the kids, because I feel that really helps me make a better personal connection with the kids.
Well, I think we all remember teachers who talk from their hearts and from personal experience. It always had more of an impact. Let me ask you something. What's your read on young people today? Do they understand the significance of this?
Absolutely.
Is there excitement about this and science in general?
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. There's so much going on. I know sometimes that young kids may get a bad rap because people see them on their phones all the time, but they don't stop to ask, what are they looking at on their phones?
Sure.
And a lot of times they're following the same people that I'm following on Twitter, astronauts, International Space Station, various news outlets, and they are curious. They come in all the time, and a lot of times they don't just take things, the headline news. They'll come in and they'll say, is this true? And they'll want to investigate if somebody makes a claim of something happening. For example, various ways to see the sun during an eclipse. And they want to know the best way to do it. And for a small example, they want to know, can I take it through my cell phone? Can I watch the eclipse through my phone and take a picture of it? And so we start investigating that. So their own curiosities can even drive the curriculum. So I think that they're very curious, because what we teach is very humanistic.
Yes.
It's who hasn't looked up and wondered.
How true.
Yeah.
How true. I mean, this is the world around us. It's pretty basic and pretty darn important, that we understand what's going on around us and take care of it to the extent we can. Well, that's a wonderful.
How do your kids feel? Are they getting any blowback?
Oh man, no, I don't think so. We actually sent our both of the schools, Palatine and Hoffman Estates. Adler helped us out quite a bit, but we have enough solar glasses for every student and every staff member at both schools.
Wow.
And hopefully it's going to be cloud free, because both schools are having the kids go out, during lunch hours and put the glasses on and check it out. So we're really hoping that it's successful there. I know both staff, both buildings are super jazzed about this, and there's been a buzz about the building. It was really cool to have the first week of school to get everybody excited about this. But I came in and people were already excited. It's like the first thing the kids wanted to talk about was like, let's do it. Let's talk all week about the Eclipse, And
let me ask you, now you guys, as you go, you're going to bring this back to your students.
Yeah.
I mean, this will be,
yeah.
You're creating teaching aids, effectively.
Right here.
What are you doing? Are you going to photograph this? Are you going to, how are you going to bring this back to your students?
For me personally, I'm not going to photograph it. The last thing I told my students before the weekend was this will be recorded by so many different media outlets.
It's true.
With trained people that can put this into such detail that our phones and our iPads and our cameras can't get. That sometimes you got to put the phone down and you have to experience. You have to look at everything around you.
You have to have a near-life experience.
You really do. You do. You have to have a near-life experience.
Yeah.
If you're looking at a 5-inch screen, maybe you'll miss the umbra coming through.
How true.
Maybe you'll miss seeing Mercury or Venus or Jupiter. Maybe you'll miss the stars. Maybe you'll just miss other people's reactions and the wonderment that they're showing. And you look at a screen, maybe that's cut out. So I told him, I said, you'll be able to get everything online. Let's just go ahead and put those down and watch it.
Take it in, drink it in, and live it.
Absolutely.
I that's such good advice. I've read that from other people too. They say, for God's sake, put the mechanical devices aside and all the rest. And as you say, I mean, you guys know where to go and collect the graphics and visual material and all to support what you've seen. What's going to stay with your students is your impressions of what you've seen and what it means, how it touches you.
Listening to them for about
All right.
10 seconds.
So I got to shut up. Tell us, I know. Just, I know. Believe me,
Yeah.
I've heard that before. I know, and it's
Tell
true.
Tom about your plans. So he
Yeah,
knows really
yeah,
what's up.
yeah.
Sure. So we're headed to Eddyville, Kentucky.
Eddyville.
We were just looking at some of the cloud data, and it looks like it's going to be a pretty higher chance of clear skies. So we're chasing this thing.
Good.
Like a couple storm chasers, but it's eclipse chasing.
Have to.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
gotta.
Have to.
My God, it's so fleeting. You gotta, you don't want to miss it.
Definitely.
It's fantastic.
We're really excited. And what's fun too is I'm picturing right now every time I teach eclipses, I'm telling the story of this day. We were sitting at this table and the sun was coming up, and
They're not going to believe it.
they probably won't.
They're not going to believe it.
We'll have evidence.
Well, yeah, we can bring it up. We'll have a picture or two.
Hey, we'll provide the video, guys.
right.
Of our little interaction. That's
All
it.
right, that's
Yeah,
fantastic.
that's good. Yeah.